Hello and welcome to this presentation covering the undergraduate accounting and finance programmes at the University of Plymouth. My name is Kevin Finnegan and I am the programme leader for the BA Hons Accounting and Finance 3-year programme and the BA Hons Accounting and Finance with Foundation Year 4-year programme. In this presentation I will be talking through the entry routes into the programmes. I'll give an overview of the course in its entirety. Then I'll go into detailed year-by-year information. I'll talk through the exemptions available from the accountancy professional bodies. I'll then go on to our peer-assisted learning scheme before I talk about other key facts about the programme and then details of a selection of first destinations for our accounting and finance graduates. I'll leave you with my contact details and those of the university. So there are two routes into the accounting and finance programmes at the University of Plymouth. The first one is what I would say is our standard entry route, and that's for those that have the UCAS requirements to join an undergraduate course. The course itself is designed around a strong spine of accounting and finance modules, and really they're designed to get you significant exemptions from the professional accountancy examinations. If you wish to become a professional accountant, you will need to take further examinations after you finish your undergraduate course, and this course will allow you to minimise the additional exams that you'll need to take upon completion. I'll give further information on the professional exemptions later on in the presentation. For those that don't quite meet the standard entry requirements, we have a foundation year entry, and this means that you'll help to develop the skills and knowledge and the competencies that you'll need to complete the course. And it's a one-year entry, one-year course. You'll be undertaking the course with other business school students, and successful completion of the foundation year will allow you to join year one of the standard entry course. Regardless of whether you join at standard entry or foundation year, when you graduate, you will graduate with a BA Honours degree in accountancy and finance, exactly the same. So that will allow you to go into graduate positions with that degree. Both programmes have a placement year, which you can take between the penultimate and final years. This will extend the relevant programme duration by 1 year, but it does count towards professional experience that you'll need for your professional qualification. Once you finish your degree, you need to do 3 years of professional experience, so a relevant placement will actually count towards that. Also of interest really is to note that the vast majority of our students that go on placement do actually come back with offers for graduate positions from those firms, so it really isn't a wasted year. In fact, it's really highly sought after by employers, so well worth thinking about a placement year regardless of the programme that you join. So let's have a look at an overview of the course. First of all, just a couple of key points to note is that the year 0 on the diagram is the foundation year. So this is only applicable to those of you who decide that they want to join the course but don't quite have the entry requirements and need to join at foundation year level. Standard entry starts at year 1, so it goes year 0, year 1, year 2, year 3. If you take the placement year, it will add 1 year to both of those routes. So here is an overview of the structure, and you can see we're split into semesters, semester 1 and semester 2, and year 0, 1 and 2, an optional placement year, and then finishing off in year 3 or 4, or in fact year 5 actually if you do the foundation year. And I'll leave you just to have a quick look at that. I'm not going to go into too much information right now on this diagram, on this table. I'm going to go in a bit more detail on the slides. So feel free to pause at this stage if you like. I'm going to move on and have a look in a bit more detail for each of the year. Starting with the foundation year then. So if you do join us in the foundation year, the structure in terms of the semester-based system is exactly the same throughout the university. So for the foundation year and for the standard entry course as well, we're split into semesters. I'll probably talk about the semesters in the next slide, just in case those that aren't doing foundation have skipped ahead. So I'll talk about the semesters in a second, but for the foundation year, you can see it's a really good broad overview of the general business areas and also the academic skills and academic areas that you require for a higher education course. It starts with an introduction to academic writing, and then moves on to a double module, a 40 credit module, covering a really broad, good introduction to business and accounting, which would really set you up and prepare you for the first year of the course. Into the second semester, an introduction to economics, which will feed into an economics module that you do on the first year. And then a module for research skills and a chance to undertake a mini research project as well. So a good range of topics covered. Again, just to remind you, I did mention this before, on the foundation year you'll be with other business studies students. So, you'll be in class sizes, I would say, so far the maximum class size or the maximum entry has been about 100 students, but class size is probably somewhere between 25 and 60 on average, I would say, for the foundation year. Successful completion of the foundation year will allow you then to progress to the first year of the accounting and finance course. Also in the foundation year there are no examinations, so it's a 100% coursework in the foundation year, so no examinations to worry about for the foundation year. Moving on to year one then, so year one is the year that foundation year students will progress to, and also this is standard entry for those that do have do meet the UCAS entry requirements. So I mentioned on the foundation year slide that I'll talk about the semester structure on the first slide, on the year one slide. So the university is teachers across semesters. This runs in semester one from September through to January and semester two February through to May. And at the end of each semester there are exams. So for semester one there will be examinations for fundamentals of accounting and economics for business at the end of January. These exams will be marked in February and you will have all of your marks for semester one by the end of February. Semester two will have examinations in Introduction to Financial Accounting and Reporting and Business Law at the end of May, and these results will come through and you'll receive your final transcript in July of the year. And then the next year starts once again in September. In terms of the structure for each semester, there'll be a mixture of modules and also assessment methods. Most modules will have 2 assessments, some will have 2 pieces of coursework, maybe an essay or a report or a presentation or a combination of both, and also a lot of modules will have exams too. If you're to do an accounting and finance degree, there is a necessity to have exams, because if we don't have exams, the professional accountancy bodies will not allow exemptions from their professional exams. So you will find with any accounting and finance degree there are quite a lot of exams, and that's really just something you need to accept if you want to become an accountant. Semester one, you'll see the structure is slightly different to semester two, and moving forward the structure is 3 modules side by side in every semester, just like semester two, but I'll take you through semester one first. The very first module we'll do is called the Accounting Professional. This is a 4-week module and you're working with a local business and really getting to understand how business works, and it's a really good introduction into the role of a professional accountant. Another key factor about this module is it's designed to help everybody get to know each other. So you'll be working in groups on this module on a piece of work, and you'll have an opportunity to mix and mingle and get to know your fellow classmates. So this is 4 weeks right at the start of the programme. It's the only module you'll take, and by the end of this module you should hopefully have a good group of friends and have a good understanding of the accounting profession and how business works. So no examination in that module. It's normally assessed through a written essay, an individual written essay, and sort of a mini group presentation. After that module, there will be 9 weeks where we do side by side 2 modules, Fundamentals of Accounting and Economics for Business. There's no requirement for any prior knowledge of accounting or economics on this course. So fundamentals of accounting take us through right from no knowledge all the way through to starting to structure our accounts, our financial accounts for a business, and economics for business will start us from zero through the basics of macro and microeconomics. And both of those modules will have exams and coursework. So there'll be a break for Christmas, there'll be exams at the end of January, and then we move into semester 2 straight after the exam period. So while those exams are being marked, we'll then move into semester 2. You'll see semester 2 is split with 3 modules here now. Introduction to Financial Accounting and Reporting follows on directly from Fundamentals of Accounting. So it takes that work that you've already done, that knowledge that you've gained, and by the end of semester 2, you'll be able to produce the financial accounts for a limited company and also be able to do some analysis of those accounts. Business law gives you a good introduction into the law required for businesses, the law that businesses need to follow. And understanding financial markets is our finance module, helping you understand what the financial markets are, why they're really important for the economy and how they work for businesses. And you'll be using our Bloomberg Interactive Lab for understanding financial markets. In terms of exams in semester 2, business law and financial accounting and reporting have an exam. Understanding financial markets is 100% coursework. Again, you'll receive your transcript at the end of semester 2, normally mid-July you receive the transcript, and then progress after the year 1 straight into the second year. So there's no need to apply for progression into each year, progression is automatic. Moving into the second year, we can see that we're still on the semester-based system, but now we've got 3 modules in each semester, and also we've got a little bit of choice now. So in the last 2 slides that I've shown you, all the modules are compulsory. Now from year 2 you get to choose modules that might be of interest to you. So in semester 1, financial accounting and reporting follows on directly from the financial accounting studies in the first year. And quantitative financial modelling is a mixture of some mathematical statistics and also some finance elements designed specifically for this course, specifically for accountants and students who want to become or move into accounting and finance. And there's an elective choice, and you'll be given a list of elective options during the first year for you to choose from to sort of slot into these elective choice slots in semester 1 and semester 2. You can see on this slide there's a list of elective options there. They stay fairly similar year on year, but they might be subject to change, so just be aware of that. So you can get to choose either a financial module, for example, financial institutions and markets, or taxation, which will give you exemption from professional taxation exam. Or maybe if you want to do something completely different, you could do Introduction to Operations Management if you wanted to learn some more general information about business itself. So you can see there's a wide range of choices there, including the opportunity to study a modern language if you wish to do so. Semester 2 introduces some new accounting and finance topics, corporate finance and management accounting. So corporate finance, which we've renamed actually to corporate financial management, and management accounting, those two alongside financial accounting and reporting, really they're the core areas that an accountant will be working in. So those 3, although they're split into modules, they really form the role of the accountant, so although they're split into different areas for learning. Again, in those modules, for the corporate finance module, you will have done a little bit, if I just quickly go back to the previous slide, you will have done a little bit in understanding financial markets, on the areas that we'll cover in corporate finance. For management accounting, we'll have talked a bit about management accounting within, just to go back to that slide again, the accounting professional right at the start, we'll talk about the role of the management accountant. So you'll see it follows on a bit from the first year, but really we'll start from scratch on those modules, and you'll see advanced versions of financial accounting, the corporate finance and the management accounting in the final year. Again, there's an elective choice in semester 2, and you'll be given a list of electives. That list I've given you on the slide there is the ones that our students can currently choose from. From year 2 onwards, in terms of exams, all of the core modules, so those where there isn't an elective, they don't say elective, all of those have an exam. For the electives, the information you'll receive will tell you how those modules are assessed. So, if you wish to do so, you can use that information when making your choice. After the second year, you can move on to an optional placement year if you wish to do so. You'll just see in the note there that when you're in the second year that you will be automatically registered on a placement preparation module, which is really useful for those, even if you decide you don't want to do a placement, some of the key interview skills, how to make applications, what to do if you're invited to an assessment day and how to prepare for those. All those things are covered in the placement preparation module. So it's really useful even if you decide that you don't want to do a placement. It's really useful for when you're applying for graduate roles too. So you can move into the optional placement year if you wish to do so, in between the second year and the final year. If you don't move into the optional placement year, then you will automatically progress onto the final year. So no need to do anything, you'll automatically progress onto the final year. And again, you'll see the structure is pretty much the same as the second year. The big difference there is that there's elective choice in semester 1 and one elective choice in semester 1 and now 2 in semester 2. So actually you get a lot of choice in the final year. You can see that we've got advanced versions of those core accounting and finance modules that we had in the second year. And now you get to choose between a range of modules, for example, in auditing, which will give you a professional exemption, investment management, which is a finance module, financial modelling, credit management, enterprise creation, international trade and international finance, which is an economics-based module, business research, which you'll see from the structure that I've shown you that there is no compulsory dissertation on this programme. But business research gives you the opportunity, if you wish to do so, to undertake a business research project. And again, you can study a modern language if you wish to do so. The timings in terms of the exams are exactly the same as in the first and second year. So I hope you found that useful and interesting. If you want to go back and have a look at those breakdowns, please feel free to just do so. Just click on the back button or click on the timeline at the bottom of the video presentation. I'm going to move on now and talk about the exemptions, which I've mentioned from the professional accountancy exams. If you've looked at accounting and finance degrees at any other universities, you'll see that just like us, you'll be getting exemptions from professional accountancy exams. These are actually really crucial because they save the amount of examinations that you'll need to take once you graduate from university and you move into a graduate role. If you decided that you wanted to become an accountant after taking a general business degree, you probably wouldn't get any exemptions, or you may get 1 or 2 of the basic exemptions, which may mean that you have to take 13, 14 examinations before you can qualify as a professional accountant. With the accounting and finance degree here at Plymouth University, you can claim a range of different exemptions from accountancy bodies, and that's the Association of Chartered Certified Accountants, the ACCA, the ICAEW, the Institute of Chartered Accountants in England and Wales, and also the Chartered Institute of Management Accountants, CIMA. So we've got exemptions from all of these professional bodies, and this means that ultimately you won't need to take all of the exams. For example, from the ACCA, it's possible to have 9 exemptions, which will mean you only need to take 4 more exams once you graduate. And this is a real added benefit from doing an accounting and finance degree. In terms of finding out which exemptions you get from those professional bodies, it's very easy to do. If you just go on each of their individual websites and there's an exemptions section there, you can select the University of Plymouth and it will tell you exactly the exemptions you get from those professional bodies. Moving on from exemptions and study into a really big benefit, I think, for the course, our peer-assisted learning scheme, our PAL system. This is where our Stage 2 students work with our Stage 1 students to ease the transition to university life. So when I say Stage 2 and Stage 1, what I mean is our Year 2 and our year one students. So for those who come on the foundation stage, they'll be able to partake in the PALS system, and they'll be invited when they're on foundation and also in year one to attend PALS sessions. For those who come straight into the first year of the course, you'll be invited to PALS sessions with Stage 2 students. And those Stage 2 students are those students who were on the first year in the previous year, and the whole system is really designed to help you as an undergraduate student new to higher education, to make the most of university life, and help you deal with any issues that might come up, and really reassure you that everything's okay, and give you help and advice from a student perspective. So probably the easiest way to think about it's a bit like a mentoring scheme, I suppose, where our year 2 students help and work with year 1 students to make sure that everything's okay, and they'll do such things as go through examples of work, what a structure of a good essay would look like, what the lecturers maybe are looking for in a particular presentation, anything really. The session designed around what you want to learn or what you want to know primarily about coursework and learning, but it could be anything about even the best places to go for a night out and what places to avoid, dealing with issues with accommodation, all sorts of things from a student perspective. And I put on this slide some of the students from our feedback and what they like about the PAL system. So I'll just read through them. Being able to speak to other students who had experience of dealing with the problems I was facing from my lack of university life. So these are direct quotes from feedback from students on the PALS scheme. A safe environment to ask questions. So there are no staff at these PALS meetings. It's only students, and the information doesn't get discussed with staff. So students really feel confident that they can ask questions which they may not want to ask in class for whatever reason, and get an answer from the students, and it's not going to get back to the lecturers. And also seeing examples from previous years, I had a better idea of the layout and format of assignments, listening to the views and experiences of the leaders and other students. The PAL system is a really well appreciated scheme that our students run, and we've run it for a number of years on the Accounting and Finance programme, and our students really like it. So it's a really good bonus. In terms of the skills that a graduate from the Accounting and Finance programme will leave with, clearly when you start the course you'll already have some of these skills, so these will be developed as we go through the course. Able to critically evaluate evidence and draw reasoned conclusions, able to work independently and self-manage learning. I mean, these are key skills that employers will be looking for, and these are part of the reason why we do assignments, coursework and exams, is to make sure that you've got these skills, to test you, and to give you the opportunity to demonstrate the skills and to build on your knowledge and work on your skills and develop them. Able to manipulate financial data and apply statistical concepts. Communicating and presenting information effectively and analytically, not only written communication but also verbal communication. And when you finish university and you go to work for a company, you'll be expected to write reports on information for the business, and you'll also be expected to present information verbally, probably using Microsoft PowerPoint and Microsoft Excel. And as a graduate, employers will expect you to be able to do that. So we help you and build those skills as you go through the course. Confident to work in groups and be an effective member of a team. When you move into a graduate role and you move on to your career, you'll find that you're not working on your own, and most of the time you're working with teams of people, so you will do teamwork at university as well to help you develop those skills ready to move into your career. Other key facts about the course then, well, right at the top there, a very interesting one which we're really proud of is that the Accounting and Finance degree at the University of Plymouth was actually ranked first out of 103 UK accounting and finance degrees for overall student satisfaction in the last National Student Survey of 2018-19. We achieved a score of 100%, which really tells us that I think we're doing something right and our students really enjoy their time on the course at Plymouth University. Some other things I haven't mentioned, all students are enrolled as student members of the ACCA. You may remember that was one of the accounting professional bodies at the start of the degree. And for those that join at the foundation year, that's in after the foundation year, year one of the main course. And this is a really good added benefit. There's nothing extra required from the students for that. And it gives you access to all the ACCA articles, research, online forums for the ACCA past exam papers, an online magazine that is regularly delivered to your inbox, all sorts of things. So a really great benefit to be a student member of the ACCA. The ACCA, one of the accrediting bodies for the course. The other two that I mentioned, the exemptions, are ICAW and CIMA. We've got an excellent careers team within the university, and we do run dedicated sessions just for accounting and finance students. So, of course, you can go along to the careers department and you can get careers advice at any time. But we do run dedicated sessions within our core lectures, embedded within the core lectures, just for accounting and finance students. So you get some really good tailored advice from the careers team. We've also got a personal tutor system. And this is where every new student is assigned an academic member of staff in a pastoral role as a personal tutor, and that personal tutor will generally be with the students throughout their time at the university, and they'll hold regular meetings. It's all confidential and really designed to make sure that you're achieving what you want to achieve, to give you help and advice, and also if things come up that you struggle to deal with, even to do with personal friendships, problems in family life, all sorts of things, you can talk to your personal tutor in confidence about those things. If the personal tutor can't help you, maybe, for example, to do with disabilities and things, and they can give you sort of generic advice, or maybe where you may feel you need counselling or anything like that, they will guide you towards the right place to make sure you get the support you need. So a really important role, and you will get to know your personal tutor very well, and that person will actually write references for you for graduate positions at the end of the course. I've mentioned this already, but just a reminder, because students have told me it's a really good plus for the course, that there is no compulsory dissertation, but if you do wish to do a research project, that is available, as we've already seen, as an elective module in the final year. So here are some of the roles that our graduates have gone into. I'll probably go through the list fairly quickly, and talk briefly about each one. So first of all, trainee accountants at KPMG, Ernst & Young, PricewaterhouseCoopers, Deloitte & Touche, Francis Clark, Bishop Fleming, large, big, medium and small firms. So as expected, most of our students do go on to become trainee accountants, either with a firm or within industry, or perhaps move into a finance role with a bank or that sort of thing. But as you can see from the structure of the course, there's quite a lot of flexibility. So you don't have to move into an accounting and finance role. It's actually a really great business degree with a focus on those core areas of accounting and finance, which anybody in business, to be successful in business, you need to have a good, strong understanding of accounting and finance. So you don't need to become an accountant with this course. You can move into any area of business, and it gives you a really good, solid foundation for moving into any area of business. That said, of course, with the title being accounting and finance, most of our students do come with a view that they'll become accountants in the future. And we do tend to see this in our selection of destinations here. Financial analyst at Virgin Atlantic Airways, finance graduate at Babcock International Group, so a lot of work they do with the Ministry of Defence and Shipping. Corporate credit analyst at Mediterranean Banks, that's more a finance rather than an accounting role. Banking advisor at Halifax PLC, Halifax Bank. Finance graduate at Red Bull, a really sought after position actually, that there's a lot of competition for these roles, and one of our graduates managed to secure this role. So we were very proud of him for that. Accounts executive at Fisher Investments UK, trainee accountant at Tesco PLC, management accountant at RMG Networks London, finance graduate at Virgin Media, data management and pricing at WH Smith PLC. So a range of different roles, from financial accounting through to management accounting through to finance, all sorts of different roles that you can move into as a graduate of the accounting and finance course. here at the University of Plymouth. So I think that's it for the presentation. I'll leave you with contact details, the phone number for admissions, and also a couple of addresses there, links for fees and funding, the Student Loans Company and the Students' Union, if you want to go and have a look at those. My email address is there, so feel free to pause, write that down if you want to. Any questions that you feel that you have after seeing the presentation, maybe I didn't cover, or you just want some further guidance on, please just send me an email and I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. Well, that's it for the presentation. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully see you soon face to face.